Okay, today is day 30 and we are checking on the hive to see if we can add a second box. They're getting closer and closer to filling out about 80% of the comb, but it's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would take. So hopefully we can finally get them to start growing into a bigger box. Overall, though, they've been doing really good. I've been seeing a lot of new bees popping out and running around. A couple days ago, there was a lot of orientation flights. So there is a lot of progress in the hive. And I always like to come in, and if there's an empty hive, I like to pull it out just so that I have extra room. Or empty frame, which I do have one. So they've worked on it a little tiny bit, but not much. So let's take a look at this outside frame. I've been staggering a lot of the frames that they draw out, trying to get them to move around. And that one is actually looking pretty good. I'm hoping that is brood. Yeah, it's got to be brood. But there's a lot of drawn out combs. So this is one of the better looking frames. I have a few full frames that look like this. And it looks like we've had some hatch out of it. I'm not seeing any young looking bees on this one yet. But we'll definitely see it on some of the other ones. So now this next one, so they're adding a lot of propolis in here, so the longer they've been in here, the more everything's been sticking together. Again, this one just has a little bit of comb, but not much. And then this one has a little bit of comb and a couple bees, not people, working on them. But again, still not that much. Come on, bees. Now, the rest of this, though, is where the party's at. There's a lot more of the bees playing around. So here we got, they even have some kept brood, it looks like, in there. And then this side's looking better. And do I see eggs? I don't see eggs in any of this. All right, next one. Now, this is a beautiful looking frame. They're working hard. You can see they're starting to add or capping some of it. There's larvae in a bunch. And it's hard to tell because they're covering it all. I can't see if there's any eggs. There's some young larvae. I'm not seeing any fresh eggs in this one. So I know my queen usually hangs out on this side of the box. I don't know if it would be better if I moved her to the other side so that she has to work through some of the other combs. I don't know if that'll make a difference or not. So you can see that play cup there. This is the one that they were working on a while back. There's larvae in there. I do see some eggs. Oh yeah, now that I have better lighting, I do see eggs in here. So we know there's still a queen hiding out somewhere. So we'll put this one back in. Okay. So now, I don't know if I can show that. It's always super interesting to me how they hold on to their frames and try to pull it all together. So this one, look at them hanging on at the bottom. They're hanging on. So this one actually has a lot of cells that have already hatched. And I can see a lot of newer bees on it. And then the ones that have hatched, let's see, it looks like there are new eggs in the back of them already. So the queen's been through here, wherever she's hiding. Problem with this one is they do have a way to hide behind. So she could be on this one, and we just don't know. This is one of those unwaxed frames that I had in there. Okay. That side doesn't have much, but that side does. So we got some eggs going on. Which at least we know Queenie's been in here in the last 3 days. Okay, and the last frame. Ooh, there's a lot of newer bees on the side over here. Now this one is the most full one here. There's a lot that have been hatching out of here, so there's a ton of new bees over here, that's for sure. But I don't see the queen. We know she's probably in there somewhere. So what I'm going to do is rearrange, because so many of the bees are on this side. I'm going to rearrange some of the frames so that the bees are more spread out. And hopefully we can get them to start filling up the rest of those frames, because I only have about 5 full frames in here. So being a month in, I would hope that they would be building a lot more than that, but I guess the bees do what the bees do. So you'll get another update in a few days.